Okay, so sadly, I watched the news and I'm back like 20 minutes after I just left the strap on and fuck a watermelon story. Now, we have a story. Just watched it on the news. They're letting children out of school and make so there's no school if it's too hot. Now, before my kids are precious. All right, I'm 58 years old. Okay? I remember going to school in the 70s and the 80s. Not degrees, the year, 1970, 1980. Walking to school when it was 90 degrees out. Being in school when it was high 90s to 100. Go check the almanac. There was degrees back then like that. There was 90-degree days. There was 100-degree days. Not only did we go to school, we stayed the whole day. They didn't fucking care. And you had gym, whether it be outside or inside. That might have been the only thing that changed, is gym. But you had gym either way. It was either outside gym or inside gym. Either way, you were sweating your fucking balls off, outside or inside, doing fucking stupid shit like crab soccer and dodgeball and climbing fucking ropes. But I thought I heard it wrong. I thought maybe the story was going to be, well, today and blah, 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 we let the children got to go home early today or didn't have any school because the school's air conditioning was malfunctioning. I would understand that. See, I don't even think we had air conditioning back then. And I was from a wealthy town, Massachusetts, Wilbraham, Massachusetts. And they had money. Minnetonka had money. But we wonder and we sit there when we hear things like Pepe Le Pew is a rapist, so we don't get to enjoy his cartoons anymore. And we wonder where that thinking is coming from. Well, it's coming from those kids that don't have to go to school when it's cold, snowing, raining. So really the only time the kids are going to be going to school is when it's 70 with a nice breeze in April or May. That'll be the only time kids are going to go to school. It's coming, trust me. And just the thing, society and just everything is, when I was growing up, I remember even snow days weren't that common. The majority of my time, I didn't walk to school in high school, and I didn't walk to school in middle school because the school was too far away. From first grade to seventh grade, or I think, I walked because it was Stony Hill School. And then junior high school was the Wilbraham Junior High, which my fucking neighborhood was directly across, basically across the street from it. So I walked to that. It didn't matter. Rain, snow, sleet, heat, cold. We walked to school, or we were out at that bus stop waiting for the fucking bus. We were children as well. Why did no one give a fuck about us? We have now the children that we did not spank are now in charge of shit. And I'm just saying, I break down. You had the Jackass generation, where those are the kids that grew up watching Jackass and thought it was fucking the greatest show ever and funny as hell to hit your friend in the fucking balls with a baseball bat with nails coming out of it. See, shit like that, where we fucking totally fucking made our kids numb to feelings. Shows like that, where, look at that, that's funny. And video just shooting, just that. Those people are now in charge. The Jackass generation is now in charge. The children we weren't allowed to spank. And by that I mean, I was spanked. I'm a product of spanking. I know the difference between right and wrong. I know that killing hookers after you fuck them is wrong. And that's a Grand Theft Auto. I'm not going around killing hookers. That was a Grand Theft Auto thing. But some kids now, today, think that's okay. Hey, I know in the game, that's what I do. I pay them, I get a little, then when they get out of the car, I put a fucking bullet in their head, and I take the money away. Does that make me a psychopath? No. But I digress. What was I talking? Oh, those people, those desensitized children who thought Jackass was the greatest fucking show ever, and that Bam Ruggiero is a god. He's a fucking mental case. Steve-O is a mental case. All those fuckers are fucking stupid fucking dillweeds. And the reason is why these people are now in charge, and that's why kids say, "Oh, fuck, it's hot." Well, you know what? No school today. God forbid you should sweat. And this transfers into the work environment for these children. It's like, yeah, I'm not coming into work today. Why, you don't feel good? No, it's fucking hot. It's too fucking hot. Or, hey, I gotta go home early today. Why? It's fucking hot in here, man. I'm going home. Play some Grand Theft Auto. I'm sit in my AC. Okay, go ahead. Far be it for me to make you sweat while I'm paying you. And that's what's going to happen. And I know there's children out there and there's kids out there that are 18, 19, 20s. They don't get it. They go to work and they don't realize that, you come out, I go to work, you're always bossing me around. Blah, blah. You're an employee, you fuckhead. Of course you're getting bossed around. If you don't want to get bossed around, make some money, get your own business, and you can be the boss, and you can boss people around. I went to work today, and they had me doing all this shit that's not in my job description. So I went home. Now they're talking about firing me. What the fuck? I didn't do anything. Well, that's the problem. You didn't fucking do anything. And your job description is whatever the guy paying you tells you to fucking do. Oh, Scott's such a dick. He's fucking manager asshole, fucking always telling me to go do things. Well, that's Scott's job. Scott went through the same thing you went through, and now he's a manager or assistant manager, whatever. So now he gets to boss you around. You want to be a fucking manager? Do some good fucking work where people will go, hey, that guy, that kid there, yeah, he's management material. You know who doesn't get management material? I'm going home, it's too hot. That guy or girl. They don't go anywhere. They go from job to job to job to job to job, and then wondering why they can't keep a fucking job when they're fucking 30. Why they're still working at McDonald's. Wearing a fucking name tag. It just... I don't know. It's and even that empathy. Oh, have some empathy. No. I didn't get to go home, and trust me, I hated school. I didn't get to go home when it was fucking hot out. And I go, excuse me, Mrs. Johnson, can I go home? I'm fucking hot. Sure, Robert. Go ahead. And don't worry about doing your homework, because it's hot. And like I said, because the neighborhood I grew up in, the bus stop was there. Half the time, we were already out at the bus stop, either getting rain, snowed on, or whatever, freezing our asses off, huddling around. We didn't even know that we weren't allowed to hang out for the last minute to find out if there was no school. We went to the bus stop, the end of the street, and we huddled out there till somebody's mother near the bus stop yelled out the door, "No school, go home." That was her job. And we went home. If we didn't get the call, if that lady or whoever didn't yell out the door, we stood there until we figured out, hey, I guess the bus ain't coming. Should we go home or wait another hour? And there was times where the bus was like major late because of the fucking roads, but it was still out there picking kids up, putting their lives in danger. Oh, here's our bus coming sideways down the road. Hey, maybe we should move. It's going to bat us. It's going to fucking tailspin and hit us. But that's how we would find out if there was no school. There were the announcements, and even that, we weren't allowed because we had to walk to the bus stop. And God forbid you missed the bus, because then your parents got to fucking drive you to school. And we all know how they hate doing that. Not like it is today. I know kids are freaking still in high school getting rides to school by their parents. Oh no, he's got anxiety. Yeah, he can't ride the bus. Fuck you. So, naturally, I mean, don't, like, oh, what the fuck's going on? Well, these children are going to grow up. And that's going to be who's in charge of our country. And if you think what's going on now, with all the whiny and the fucking bullshit and the pussiness, you think that's bad? It's going to get worse, because now you got kids, like I said, don't tell me what to do. You can't tell me what to do. Well, yeah, I'm your boss, so yes, I can. No, I'll tell my mother. It's that kind of mentality that is going to destroy this country. I'm done like with this. I just could not believe because of heat. And it wasn't even 100 degree. Like I said, I remember. It didn't happen a lot. I mean, there was a lot of 90s. A lot of 90s, high 90s. There was a few 100-degree days that I not only had to work in, but I had to go to school in. But definitely, I remember working installing pools. I mean, holy fuck, 100 degrees and you're out there fucking, sun just beating on you, and you just had to keep fucking going. Oh, I'm hot. We'll go home. Let's go home. Hey, we're all going home. It's too hot to work. That's what we're training. That's what these kids. That's what we're in store for as we get older. There's a shortage in blah 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 because, well, the factory went home because, well, we had a 5-day heat wave, and we all know people hate working in the heat. I've worked in 100-degree weather. I've worked rain, snow. I remember I used to work at a place called In-N-Out Oil and Lube. It was a garage, and we did oil changes and other stuff in Indian Orchard. And we used to hate. I mean, we would go and it'd be like a fucking blizzard out. We're there, I fucking trudge through the snow to go to work. And we could not believe. And it was the kind of, we had the pits. I mean, sooner or later we got lifts. We had the pits and the lifts. But the pits were the worst because, and getting back to the snow, and we would just be we'd open at fucking 7, and it would just be like fucking terrible out. Fucking 8 feet of snow, fucking just blizzarding out. And we're contemplating shutting down, and I think, beep, beep. What the fuck? What kind of asshole goes out in a blizzard when the governor or the state is telling you don't travel unless you have to, is driving down the road and going, oh, look, In-N-Out's open. Maybe I'll get a fucking oil change. Not thinking that the dude under that fucking car right now, while he's trying to do your oil change, is getting fucking slopped in the fucking face with smushy, dirty, nasty fucking snow falling off of your fucking car because you were a fucking dick. But I still had to stay at work. Fucking freezing. Well, hey, I did your fucking oil change. You're welcome, asshat. Did I want to go home? Fuck yeah. Did I get to go home? No. Nowadays, kids get to go home. Sooner or later, that will be a situation where you're at work. Is it okay if I go home? Why? Do you not feel good? Nah, it's fucking hot. I'm sweating. My balls are fucking soaked. I want to go home. Okay. That's where we're going. That's the society that is coming up. This is the society that society is building. Not my society. Everybody else's society. Because I say suck it the fuck up. Jesus. We all have to do it. I had to do it. Anybody that is fucking, I'm going to say 30 and up has had to do it. I'm even going to say 30. I mean, that's 30 is kind of the whiner, where the whiners begin. Like I said, I know people my age that have children. They're going on to their 30s, into their well into their 20s, that cannot hold a job because of this. Well, why are you quitting? Well, I'm getting tired of that guy telling me what to do. Well, he's your fucking boss. It's his job to tell you what to do. If you don't like being told what to do, get your own fucking business, and you could be a little bitch to people like you. Other than that, shut the fuck up and go to fucking work. But what do parents do? Oh, it's okay. I understand you have issues. It's okay. Quit and get another job. Really? Because he was told to do his job, you're telling him to quit and get another job. Fucking assholes. Here's a little shout out. Arnold Palmer. Not the golfer. Well, the golfer, because he invented the Arnold Palmer. Arnold Palmer. Iced tea and lemonade mixed. It's fucking delicious. It's very refreshing. So this is 2 Let's Get It Nuts. And again, I'm not saying you have to agree with me or disagree. I don't really give a fuck. Because I know nobody's, other than Dave or maybe somebody in my family, nobody is fucking looking at this. Nobody. There are fucking, I am on Twitch. Right now there are probably 7 chicks in bikini sitting in hot tubs. So nobody is looking at a fat guy bitching about kids going home from school. And like I said, I could see if the story was kids go home from school because it's too hot because the air conditioning wasn't working properly. That's a fucking story. Not because it was, and it was what, 94? I mean, I'm not saying it's cool out, but like I said, I've lived and worked and went to school in 100-degree weather. And yes, it did happen. Check the almanacs. I mean, working in this shit is terrible. But everybody does it. The world didn't stop because it was hot out. So we're teaching our children that you don't have to do shit when it's hot out, when it's cold out, when it's raining out, when it's snowing out. No. Like I said, I had snow days when I was a kid, but there wasn't that many. And I remember trudging fucking knee-deep fucking snow. And this is not a lie. This is in the old, well, we had to trudge through. It ain't one of them stories. This is truth. All the way to fucking junior high. You try to walk in the person's footprints in front of you so you don't get that much snow on you. I mean, our fault, but most of the time, like in our defense, we would cut through. There was, all of a sudden, my TV started working. All of a sudden, my TV went on. So, I forgot what I was saying. But there was a field across the street, and we would trudge through that because right through the field was the junior high. I mean, we could have walked down the sidewalk, across the street where we were supposed to actually go. But in the morning, the sidewalks were never done anyway. So then you got kids. I mean, that's why we crossed through the field, because most of the kids walked in the road. That's not healthy. So, I just feel that we're setting these kids up. And like I said, it's already happening. I know there's kids of people I know, my age and younger, have kids. And these kids do not know how to function in fucking society. All of a sudden, all my remotes stopped working again. I'm having today. I don't know if it's Xfinity or cable. My remote stopped working, and then I got to reprogram them. But anyway, this rant was about that. I don't understand it. We were kids too, but evidently nobody cared about us. And we're not allowed to have a chip on our shoulder when we see well, he was bullied. Well, so the fuck was I. I was a fat fucking poor kid living in a rich fucking neighborhood. And you're telling me I didn't get fucking bullied? Right there. That's a story for another day. I'm going to watch a movie now. Remember, it only hurts if you forget your safe word. And today's safe word is still watermelon because, why? It's time to strap on and fuck a